When World War I erupted in 1914, the United States initially maintained a stance of neutrality. However, by April 1917 the U.S. formally entered the conflict, deploying the American Expeditionary Forces, AEF, to Europe under the leadership of General John J. Pershing. The U.S. Army played a crucial role in tipping the balance in favor of the Allies, bringing fresh manpower and resources to a war-weary continent. Mobilization and training. Initial size. When the U.S. declared war, the Army had fewer than 200,000 troops, insufficient for global conflict. Expansion. Through the Selective Service Act of 1917, over 4 million Americans were drafted or enlisted. Training camps. New recruits were trained at camps across the U.S., including Camp Funston, Camp Dodge and Camp Meade, focusing on trench warfare, marksmanship and artillery handling. Challenges. Rapid expansion created logistical hurdles, including equipment shortages, language barriers and lack of combat experience. Deployment to Europe. Arrival. U.S. troops began arriving in France in June 1917, initially in small numbers to support Allied forces. Integration. American soldiers often trained alongside British and French units, learning the realities of trench warfare. American Expeditionary Forces, AEF led by General Pershing, the AEF was designed to operate as an independent fighting force, rather than being absorbed entirely into Allied armies. Key contributions. Fresh troops. By 1918, over 2 million American soldiers were on the Western Front, providing much-needed reinforcements for exhausted Allied forces. Major offensives. The U.S. Army participated in critical campaigns including Cantigny, May 1918, the first significant American offensive in France. Belleau Wood, June 1918, notable for fierce fighting and the emergence of the U.S. Marine Corps legend. Saint-Mihiel and Meuse-Argonne offensives. September-November 1918, large-scale operations that helped break German lines and push toward the armistice. Morale boost. The arrival of American forces revitalized Allied morale and signaled to Germany that fresh manpower and resources had joined the fight. Equipment and uniforms. Standard issue. Soldiers were equipped with Springfield M1903 rifles, Lewis guns and Browning automatic rifles, alongside grenades and trench mortars. Uniforms. The standard wool khaki uniform included a helmet, puttees and trench boots. Transportation. The U.S. Army relied on railroads, trucks and horses to move troops and supplies, adapting quickly to the modern logistics of mechanized warfare. Challenges faced. Trench warfare. Many U.S. troops faced combat for the first time, suffering heavy casualties in entrenched, artillery-laden battlefields. Disease. Influenza, dysentery and trench foot were constant threats, exacerbated by harsh conditions. Coordination. Integrating American forces with Allied command structures required careful planning and diplomacy. Legacy. Military reputation. The U.S. Army's performance in World War I cemented America's status as a global military power. Professionalization. Lessons learned led to modernization and reform in training, logistics, and doctrine during the interwar period. Cultural impact. World War I veterans, known as the Doughboys, became celebrated figures in American society, influencing post-war culture and military pride. The U.S. Army in World War I transformed from a small, inexperienced force into a decisive contributor on the Western Front. By providing fresh troops, innovative tactics, and renewed morale for the Allies, American soldiers played a pivotal role in bringing the war to an end. Their experience in World War I laid the groundwork for modern American military organization and doctrine, shaping the Army for conflicts to come.